Hello guys, it's Eglow here. You're welcome to my YouTube channel. You're welcome to this tutorial. If this is your first time of coming across this channel, please do well to give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel, share this video so that others can also benefit from the video as well. And make sure don't forget to turn on the notification button so that you can be the first person to be notified anytime I post valuable content like this. And for my returning subscribers, my returning viewers, you guys are my MVPs. Thank you so much. Always stopping by to encourage us and see what we are doing on this channel. Of course, if you are used to this channel, you already know what we do on this channel. What we do on this channel is we help people improve their photography skills, you understand, from lighting down to editing, right? So if you're a photographer and you're finding it difficult to retouch your image properly as it ought to be, and you don't know how to go about it, trust me, I got you on this channel. And as far as you are stick to this channel, we got you on this channel, you understand. So in today's tutorial, I am not going to waste much of your time, right? So I'm going to take you through high-end, you understand, I'm going to take you through high-end skin retouching in Photoshop. This tutorial is purely for high-end retouching. Like when I mean high-end, I mean detailed retouching, detailed skin retouching in Photoshop. So let me show you this image. Alright, if you look at this image now, this image was shot like this, very sweet skin, lightning, and everything is perfect, you understand. So we are going to retouch this image now. As a matter of fact, this is what I have already. This is how I retouch the image. So I'm going to show you how I was able to arrive at this result, you understand. So stick to this channel and go nowhere. So we are moving this image to Photoshop now. Right click, Photoshop. Alright, good. So I'm not just going to show you high-end skin retouching. I'm also going to show you how to retouch your image. You understand how to retouch your image, how to do some like little adjustment, basic adjustment before you retouch your image. You know, those little adjustments that add flavor to your images. You understand, to your editing. So we are going to do everything as far as this tutorial is concerned. You understand. So now, if you look at this image now, when you drag an image to Photoshop like this to be retouched, the first thing you need to look at is what is wrong with this image. You understand? No matter how good the lighting is, for you to say you want to edit the image, it means that something needs to be corrected, something needs to be improved up. You understand? So now, looking at this image, now we're going to look at how we are going to improve this image, right? So I'm also going to show you how to color grade your image in Photoshop using camera raw filter. This preset that I'm using in this tutorial, right? So I'm going to attach it to this video. Do well to check the description of this video, right? I'm going to attach it to this video. Do well to follow the link and get it if you want it. Trust me. The moment you click the link to get the preset, so there's a link that will direct you to a video on how to install this preset and start enjoying yourself. You understand? So I'm also going to show you my action, right? The action that I'm using to edit this image now, my Eglow action. You understand? So I'm going to attach everything to this video. We actually have a lot to do to this image before we start the retouching proper, right? So if you look at it now, we're going to trim the hair, this piece of hair flying. So we're going to trim the hair. Another thing I also want to do to the image, let me zoom in a little bit, is I'm going to like slim the nose a little bit, right? I'm going to slim the nose a little bit. Then after that, I'm still going to do some little adjustment like to make the picture more pop. So without any further ado, let's dive into it. So the first thing first is to duplicate the layer. Command J from the keyboard if you're using Mac, but if you're using Windows, it's going to be Control J from the keyboard, right? So after pressing Command J to duplicate the layer, we are going to camera raw filter now. Go to filter, then camera raw filter. Boom. So we are here in camera raw filter now. So let's just do some little adjustments before we go to the next thing, right? So now I want the clothes. If you look at the clothes now, you agree with me that some of the details of the clothes are gone already. So I want to bring those details back, right? And also make the picture more pop. So just drop down the highlight a little bit, drop down the highlight a little bit, drop down the black a little bit, right? So I can increase the shadow to like let's say 25. Yeah, 25 is okay. I'm also going to increase my white because I really want the highlights to be well pronounced. You understand? Good. So add a little bit of contrast. Yeah. Now let me show you for the little thing that we've done. Let me show you the effect on the image. Let me show you the effect on the image. This is before, after, before, after. You can see that the image is looking sweet already. We've not, color graded the image, or just this little adjustment that we did. Before, after, before, after. Now, so we are going to color grade the image now, right? So come to these three dots here. Come to these three dots here. Click on the three dots. Come to load settings. We are going to bring the preset now. So I save the preset on my desktop, right? As a preset for light skin. I have for dark skin. I have for melanin. I have for literally all the skin tone that you can think of, you understand. So because I literally manually create preset for every of my image, you understand, that I want to edit. So look at, we are going to use this one, preset for light skin, right? I'm going to use this one. Load. Boom, guys, can you see? Can you see how pretty this preset sits on this image? This is before. This is, ooh, this is amazing, guys. This is crazily amazing. This is before, after, before, after. Now it doesn't just make the picture more pop. It bring out the details, like, you understand. Even create dodge and burn. You can see this. You can see the makeup. You can see everything, right? Create dodge and burn. See, before, after, before, after. All right. So we are going to Photoshop now. Yes, this is before, after, before, after. So we are here in Photoshop now. So the next thing is we're going to create another layer that I'll be using to like reduce the nose a little bit, you understand. So Shift Alt Command E if you're using Mac, but if you're using Windows, it's going to be Shift Alt Control E, right? So another layer has been created, layer 2. Then come to filter again, then come to liquify. We're going to liquify the nose a little bit, you understand. So now let me zoom in a little bit so that you can see it very well. This is it. This is it. Yeah, good. So come here and click on this face. Click on this face. Click on this face. You can manually do it, right? You can manually do it. You can also come here and adjust the nose height and the nose wide. So it is not the height. It is not the height I want to. I'm also going to touch the the wideness of the nose. You can see this is. You can see. You can see. You can see the right. So just going to like reduce it to like let's say 30. Yeah, let's say 30. This is let me show you before. This is before, after, just something minimal. Before, after, before, after. So we are good here, right? Yeah, we are good here. So I'm also just going to pick my brush here and adjust the shoulder a little bit. Adjust the shoulder. Yeah, you can see. This is how you liquify your image in Photoshop. So you can see. Yeah, we're good now. This is before, after. You can see before, after. These are little adjustments that you make to your images that make your image stand out, right? So you really need to pay attention to details very, very well. It's very important. You understand? So the next thing now is we're going to create another layer that we'll be using, to get rid of this hair. You understand? So Shift Alt Command E, right? All right. So layer 3 has been created. Now I'm just going to pick my clone stamp. I'm just going to pick my clone stamp. Okay, and this is it, clone stamp. So just zoom in a little bit and just increase the brush a little bit and just yes, just like I said, it is very important that you pay attention to details, right? Because these are little things that make your image to stand out. You understand? As a matter of fact, that is what retouching generally is all about. And just like I said, I'm going to take you through the process of high-end retouching, high-end skin retouching in Photoshop. So high-end skin retouching requires a whole lot of patience, a whole lot of you paying attention to details, and do away with every form of distraction, no matter how little it is. You understand? So this is it. basically we are done. So I'm just going to pick my patch tool, and just just smoothing this rough this thing. Although I can actually use mixer brush while screen retouching to actually do this, you understand. This is very, very sweet, guys. If you watch this video to this very moment, please go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, and if you are yet to subscribe, please do me that favor by subscribing to the channel, and also do well to share this video so that others can also benefit from the video as well. All right, guys, basically we are done now getting rid of some of the flying hairs that we don't need. I want to get rid of, you understand. All right, so just right click, fill, content aware, get rid of it. Boom, you're good to go. Yeah, same thing here, same thing here, yeah, same thing here. Yeah, so just like I said, you need to like pay keen attention to details, you understand. Don't worry, by the time we are done editing this image, you see the effect of what we are doing now. Right, so yeah, great, 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 great. So this video is not even just about skin retouching or high-end retouching. There's a whole lot they are going to learn from this video, right? Because now there's something I want to talk about. There's something I want to show you in this video now that I'm so sure that you're going to love very well, right? So now if you look at, okay, I'm coming, let me get rid of this hairs first, this distraction, and move up. All right, perfect. So now if you look at this place now, if you look at the fixing of the hair now, you agree with me that it is not like the hair is not sitting pretty well. You understand? You can see this, you can see this. So it doesn't really like make sense as it ought to be. You understand? So I'm not going to create a layer to, I'm going to solve this is like a challenge, this is like a problem, because I've had the encounter with clients that complain about this and complain about their hairstyle is not fixing their hair very well, and they tends to bank on you, they tends to rely on you to help them fix it. You understand? We are going to do it in this tutorial, you understand? So you just watch and see how I'm going to fix this, right? So now what I'm going to do now is, now I want to fill this part, right? No, this part is okay, this part is okay, but you see this part, right? I'm going to fill here, and I'm also going to fill it so that everything can be equal. You understand? So I'm just going to like draw it, use my patch tool, yeah, like this. You understand? So circle it. This is the area that I want it to be appear here. You understand? So I'm going to right click, feather it to like, let's say 11. Let's say 11. Good. So after feathering, right click again, then come to free transform. You understand this? Please follow it. We'll follow it step by step because this is very important. So now this is free transform. Click on free transform. So you're going to have something like this, right? So when you have something like this, then click on, you can click on this, you can click on this, right? You can click on this, you can click on this, but you're going to right click and click on warp, right? Click on warp. So once you click on warp, you're going to have something like this. Now start bringing it down, bringing the hair down to where you want it and how you actually want it. You understand? Bring it down, bring it down, just like I said, guys. This is amazing. Still bring it down a little bit till fill up that part. You understand? Yeah, great. So now command D to deselect, guys. You can see this is before, after, before, after. Now guys, you can see You can see. So just going to do the same thing here. You're just going to do the same thing here. Alright, so right click, feather, same figure 11, then right click again, come to free transform, then right click again and click on warp. Right, so 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 just have to be careful, don't do it too much. Right, so that you not have so just drag it down a little bit and boom, you're good to go. All right, good. This alert, guys, you can see, you can see, you can see. So we're going to use mixer brush to fix everything, right? So you can see this is before, after, before, after. You understand? So now I'm going to just use my patch to just the edges and all of that. The edges, then right click, just fill content aware. Yeah, great. Yeah, good. Yeah, great. Boom, this is perfect. This is perfect. This is perfect. So we'll just go ahead now and start the retouching proper. So we're going to create another layer now. We're going to, we're going to group this layer, then just highlight all the layers and command G from the keyboard, Control G if you're using window. Right, this is before. Let me show you where we are. This is where we moved from to here. You can see we've not retouched the image, just this, just basic adjustment, color grading, liquify, fixing of the hair, getting rid of the hairs, the flying hairs and all of that. And you can see where we are already, right? This is sweet. All right, so I'm going to create another layer that I'll be using to retouch the image proper. All right, so just like I said, I'm going to include this action that I'll be using to retouch this image. I'm going to attach it to this video, so do well to follow this link on the description below and get the action so that you can start enjoying. So click on the action. You can see Eglow. You can see a whole lot of things. If you get this action, in fact, you stand a chance of enjoying a whole lot of pictures that I have here that I compiled myself. Here you can see, you can see different thing, different kind of effect or different kind of pictures comes with this action. You understand? You can see action for dark skin, right? So if you have a melanin skin tone, like an image of a melanin skin tone, you can use this to grade your image, right? So I'm just going to do 16-bit, then click on 16-bit frequency separation, click on action. So now this radius, and this is very important, you understand, especially if you're a beginner, this is very important. So now the higher you go, right, the harder the skin texture is, the lower the number, the softer the skin tone or the skin texture is. You understand? Like take for instance, now if I use, let's say I use 3 or 2.5 now, I'm going to have a very, very smooth skin. You understand? So if I use a higher figure, like let's say from 6, 7, 8 to 10, I'm going to have a very hard texture, like or still going to have like all the details intact. I don't know if you're getting it now, right? So it doesn't just stop here alone. Your mixer brush settings also contribute a lot. The way you are hard and soft with your Wacom pen, if you're using Wacom pen, or with your mouse, if you're using mouse, is also a determinant. You understand, right? So now if you look at it now, so just like I said, it depends on what you want to get for your image. Like for this image now, so I want a very soft edit for this image, and I still want to have my details intact. I don't want any details to go at all. I still want to have every details intact. So I'm going to use a higher figure to edit this image. Let's say 6. Yeah, I'm going to use 6. Yes, you understand. Pick my mixer brush. Yeah, my wet is 20, load 25, mix 24, flow 24. You can see. So I'm just going to go ahead and start the retouching proper. You understand? And let me also add that skin tone or human skin tone or skin architecture is divided into three. We have midtone, we have highlight, and we have shadow, right? So highlight is the most brightest part of the skin. If you are editing an image, the brightest part of the skin is the highlight, while the darkest part of the skin is the shadow. So in between shadow and highlight is midtone. You understand? Which means midtone is neither dark nor bright. You understand? It's literally more like the default skin tone of your subject. You understand? So please take note. So retouching generally is your ability to blend these three categories together. You understand? Your ability to blend midtone, highlight, and shadow together. That is what retouching generally is all about. You understand? So make sure you don't drag A to B, you don't drag B to C. So take your time and do a very clean job. You understand? I'm trying to save the image. All right. Just like I said, this is high-end skin retouching tutorial in Photoshop. You understand? So this is beautiful. This is beautiful. So this model has a very sweet and soft skin, right? So you just have to be like very careful and make sure that you don't, interpret the skin tone wrongly. You understand? And the makeup artist also did justice to the makeup. You understand? So you literally have everything intact. So it is now left for you as a retoucher to do justice to this image. You understand? So take your time and retouch the image very, very well. This is what high-end skin retouching is all about. In fact, as a matter of fact, this is what it entails. This is the process, the procedure you pass through to achieve that crispy image you are seeing online. Those amazing images, right? Even the hairs are not left out. So take your time and retouch the image very, very well. So let me show you where we are. This is after, before, after. We are not done yet, but you can see that we're making a huge progress. So let's just pick some blemishes while we continue retouching the image. So my favorite way in picking blemishes is clone stamp, right? So make sure the opacity and flow is on 100. So as a retoucher, one thing you should have at the back of your mind is that the goal of every retouching is to keep your retouching natural. You understand? Is to keep everything natural. You understand? So it is not all the blemishes. It is not all the blemishes that you get rid of. Like take for instance, if you look at this now, I'm going to leave this because this is like a natural scar. You understand? So you're just going to leave it there, and trust me, it's going to like bring the beauty of your retouch. To bring out the beauty of your editing, bring it out. You understand? So you can see the hair. Now I'm trimming the hair now, the hairline. You can see. Like zoom every part of the body and pay keen attention to it. You understand? This is so amazing, guys. I don't even have words to qualify how amazing this is, right? So I think we are done picking the blemishes now. We're done picking the blemishes now. So just gonna pick my mixer brush and still brush through it a little bit. So let's take my words to like let's say 30 so that we can just be fast. Yeah. So you need to be like, you need to be very, very flexible with your mixer brush, with your keyboard, you know, the increase and the decrease of the brush. You need to be very flexible with it. You understand? Because that will help you in how you flow with the edits. So guys, we are done retouching the image. I think at this point, you can just go ahead and do other things like whitening the eyes, use color balance to blend everything together, and boom, we're good to go. Yeah, so we are done retouching the image now. So just go ahead and just whiten the eyes. So group this layer. So come to adjustment, click on white and black. So after clicking on white and black, we're going to have something like this. We'll drag the reds and yellows to the extreme end. So now you're going to hide it Command I from the keyboard. After hiding it, pick your brush tool. Just leave it to like let's say 40, 40, opacity 40, flow 20. Let the foreground be on white. So just go ahead and whiten the eyes. Just like I said, the goal of every retouching is to keep it natural. Whatsoever you are doing, make sure you keep it natural. Don't overdo anything, right? Because if not, you're going to get a very bad result. You understand? You can see this is, let me show you the before. This is before, this is after, this is before, this is after. Now you can just go ahead. If you feel like it is too much, you can just reduce the opacity. So I'm just going to reduce it to like, let's say 60. I don't want it that much, so I just reduce it to like 60. Right. So the next thing now is to use color balance and blend everything together, and boom, we are done. Right. So come to adjustment layer, then click on color balance. Where's color balance? Color balance. So I'm just going to play with just mid tune alone, and that will be all. Right. So take the cyan up a little bit. Let's say like yeah, let's say 8. Let's say 8, and bring down the yellow. Add a little bit of yellow. Let's say 4. Yes, this is fine. Now come to adjustment, click on curves. So we're going to use curve now to make the picture more pop. All right. So add a little bit, let's say 4. Yeah, 4 is okay. Yeah, so here come back and yeah, this is perfect. Yeah, good. So let me show you the before and after. This is before, after, before, after. Guys, you can see the heat difference it's created. You understand? So all right, guys, so we've come to the end of this tutorial. So let me know how you feel about the retouching process and everything. Let me know how you feel about the video, and if there's something you want me to talk about in my next video, do well to drop that in the comment section, and trust me, I'm going to do justice to that as soon as possible. Right, so guys, this is high-end skin retouching tutorial in Photoshop. Right, so this is how to retouch your images in Photoshop. This is what high-end skin retouching is all about as far as Photoshop is concerned, and how this is how to collaborate your image. Just like I said, I'm going to add this preset, so this do well to check the description of this video description below and see it yourself. Follow the link, get the preset yourself, and start enjoying. And the action, my personal action that I use to edit this image, you can also get it through the link. Do well to get the action, or trust me, you stand a chance of enjoying a whole lot of features, a whole lot of different features that I normally use in editing my images. You understand? So guys, do well to check them out and let me know what you want me to talk about in my next video. Right? So guys, see you in my next video. Bye.